Are you looking for the best outdoor security cameras? In this video, we will look at some of the best 10 outdoor security cameras on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Arlo Pro 5. Crystal clear footage day or night, speedy load times for the live feed, and a smart notification system make the Arlo Pro 5 our favorite outdoor security camera. It connects directly to Wi-Fi, has a wide 160-degree field of view, and records at up to 2K resolution with HDR. Your feed won't look blown out when there's a light source in the frame. There's also a choice of color night vision or spotlight, which uses an integrated light to illuminate the scene. Two-way audio is clear and relatively lag-free, and there's a built-in siren. Over months of testing, it has mostly proven to be consistent and reliable. I very occasionally observed long loading times and a slight lag, 2 to 3 seconds, on the live feed. Arlo technical support was unable to help. The first issue seemed to resolve itself, possibly a firmware upgrade, but the lag comes and goes. Arlo claims up to 8 months of battery life, but this depends entirely on how busy it is. Mine needed a charge after less than 4 months. It has an easy-to-use app, and the camera filters motion alerts by people, animals, vehicles, and packages. The notification system is swift and accurate, offering animated previews and screenshots with highlighted subjects that are easy to read even on a smartwatch screen. The catch? You need an Arlo Secure plan, $8 per month for a single camera, $13 per month for unlimited cameras, to make the most of these features, and it also gets you 30 days of cloud video history. HomeKit support requires an Arlo base station and an Apple Home Hub. This camera is called the Pro 5S in some regions. Number 2. TPLink Tapo Wire-Free Mag Cam. Considering the much lower cost and the option to record locally on a microSD card, the Tapo Wire-Free Mag Cam C425 comes surprisingly close to matching our top pick on features. It connects directly to Wi-Fi, has a 150-degree field of view, and can record video at up to 2K and 30 frames per second, but you must change the default settings in the app. Even at the highest quality setting, it doesn't match our top pick, and the lack of HDR is noticeable when the sun shines, as bright areas can become blown out. Higher quality footage impacts battery life too, and my MagCam needs a charge every 3 months or so. You can also get this camera bundled with a solar panel for an extra $20. The magnetic base makes it easy to fit and remove to recharge. It has a built-in spotlight for color night vision, though it doesn't penetrate far into the gloom, and I got better results with the black and white night vision. The Tapo app is solid, with the ability to categorize motion, person, pet, vehicle, activity zones you can filter by detection type, and privacy zones. The two-way audio is passable, and there's a built-in alarm. Notifications came through swiftly, and the live feed usually loaded within 3 or 4 seconds, but occasionally took longer. A Tapo Care subscription, starting from $3.50 per month or $35 per year for one camera, gets you cloud storage, 30-day video history, rich notifications with snapshots in them, and video filtering. It supports various smart home platforms, and the camera feed loaded quickly on my Nest Hub. The Tapo C420S2, $126, is a similar 2-camera kit with an indoor hub, which may be a more secure way of recording locally. You still need a microSD card. Number 3. Yui Cam 3. If you're willing to spend more, the Yui Cam 3, 8/10, Wired recommends, is an impressive system that boasts on-device AI detection for people, pets, and vehicles, as well as face recognition. While it's not as accurate as Google Nest's Familiar Faces feature, it works on-device and does a reasonably good job of identifying faces you've tagged. Video resolution goes up to 4K, and these cameras have built-in solar panels to keep their batteries topped up. There's also 16 gigabytes of local storage, expandable up to 16 terabytes, on the connected Homebase 3 hub. Footage is extremely detailed at the highest resolution, and the app is feature-packed, enabling you to set detection zones, tweak sensitivity, and have two-way conversations. This system is more expensive than most home security cameras, and it might be overkill for some people. Just bear in mind that you do need a fast and reliable internet connection for the cameras if you want to record in 4K. I also found the nighttime performance disappointing, and the low frame rate can lead to blurring and choppiness. I wish Yui would up the frame rate on its cameras. They are generally limited to 15 frames per second. You can have motion trigger the spotlight, but it's not very powerful, and the night vision is nowhere near as good as on the Tapo system above. The face recognition is the real attraction that you won't find elsewhere without cloud processing, and it does cut down on the need to review videos when you get an alert. If you do want cloud storage, it starts at $3 per month for a single camera. Number 4. TPLink Tapo C325WB. Provided you can run a power cable without too much trouble, a wired security camera can be a better choice than a battery-powered one for a back or side entrance. Some of our favorite Wi-Fi routers and mesh systems come from TP-Link, and its Tapo camera line is generally affordable and reliable, if a bit basic. The C325WB hits a new high with a large aperture and image sensor that enables color nighttime footage without a spotlight, making it ideal for dark corridors and side passages. It does also have a motion-triggered spotlight. You can also filter for people, pets, or vehicles, and set up private zones in the Tapo app. This camera is weatherproof with an IP66 rating and can take up to 512 GB micro SD cards for local recordings. By default, the camera mostly records at 720p, so you must dig into the settings to push the resolution to 2K and turn on HDR, or you can expect choppy, overexposed video. I also had to reduce the motion detection sensitivity to prevent false positives, and the onboard AI is flaky, frequently identifying my cat as a person. While the feed was mostly quick to load in the Tapo app, it was sometimes slow or failed to load on my Nest Hub. There's an Ethernet port here too, but sadly, no PoE power over Ethernet support. Cloud storage is an option with Tapo Care, from $3.50 monthly for a single camera. Minor issues aside, this camera is excellent for the money, and it boasts excellent color night vision. Number 5. Yui Solo Cam S340. This versatile outdoor security camera combines many of our favorite features into a single set-and-forget device. The main lens has a 135-degree field of view, and records crisp, clear video at 2880 by 1620. It is paired with a telephoto lens that gives you 3x zoom in the center of the frame. It goes up to 8x hybrid zoom. This is also a pan and tilt camera, so you can pan through 360 degrees and tilt through 70 degrees. The battery is good for up to 3 months, but it also comes with a solar panel you can fit to the top of the camera or locate nearby. It even has 8 GB of storage built in for local recordings. Yui's app and alerts are quite good, though I sometimes found it took a few seconds to load the live feed. There is onboard AI for human and vehicle detection, and this camera can track subjects and return to fixed preset positions. I found it worked fairly well, but it does identify my cat as a human quite often. The default video frame rate is 15, which can lead to blurring and choppiness, especially for fast-moving subjects. Configurable activity zones and detection sensitivity allow you to reduce false positives. It also has a spotlight and two-way audio, though the sound quality is not great. This camera can be hooked up to Yui's Homebase 3, sold separately, for up to 16 terabytes of storage, and you can get cloud storage starting from $3 per month for a single camera. Number 6. esis H8 Pro. You may need several security cameras to cover an area, but the esis H8 Pro offers an alternative solution. It can pan 340 degrees horizontally and tilt 80 degrees vertically. The H8 Pro is an imposing sphere-shaped camera that connects via Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and the versatile L-shaped bracket lets you attach it to an overhanging portion of the roof or to a wall. It can handle bad weather, but you must run a cable to a power outlet, as it has no battery. Screw open the panel to reveal the microSD card slot for cards up to 512 GB in size, sold separately, enabling you to keep recordings local. The esis app is a little clunky but loads the end-to-end encrypted feed quickly. The video resolution is 2K and captures plenty of detail. The on-device person detection is consistently accurate. There's two-way audio, though it can sound quite distorted. The black and white night vision is crisp, and it switches on 2 spotlights for color footage when it detects motion. Sadly, there's no HDR, so it struggles with mixed lighting, but at up to 30 frames per second, it captures moving subjects clearly. Cloud storage with esis Cloud Play is optional but pricey, starting at $4 monthly for a single camera and just 7 days of video. Annoyingly, you must set the camera position back on the view you want after panning around, but you can save several preset locations as shortcuts. It can also track moving subjects and will return to the last used preset when the subject moves out of frame. The H8 Pro is almost identical to the C8W Pro, $130, which it replaces here. If 1080p footage is enough for you, We also tested and liked the cheaper C8C, $70, though it lacks the tracking capability. Supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Number 7. Realink Argus 4 Pro. Covering an area with a single camera can be tricky, and pan and tilt cameras are not always quick enough to follow the action. This dual-lens camera from Realink stitches two views together for a full 180-degree view capable of covering the entire side of a building or multiple entry points. Calling this 4K is a stretch since Realink is stitching together two 2K video feeds to give you a panoramic 120x 1440 pixel resolution, but the video is crisp, and the color night vision is impressive. You can record locally to a micro SD card, not supplied, or snag the more secure Realink Home Hub for inside your home. I like that you can use the camera without creating an account, and the support for FTP and NAS is rare. Cloud storage is also an option starting from $3.50 per month. Connectivity was rock solid thanks to support for dual-band Wi-Fi 6. You can set motion zones, tweak sensitivity, and filter for people, animals, and vehicles. There is a 300-lumen spotlight, siren, and two-way audio. Sadly, fast-moving subjects are problematic because the frame rate is limited to 15 frames per second, and the camera can be slow to trigger a recording. The narrow vertical field of view can also miss action directly beneath it. You need the supplied solar panel because the battery drains quickly, but it is kinda big and ugly. The wide view also makes it a little tough to review footage on your phone. You have to use landscape orientation. Minor issues aside, for folks with a wide area to cover and a preference for keeping things local, the Argus 4 Pro is uniquely well suited. Supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Number 8. Arlo O2. If you need a security camera in an area with patchy or no Wi-Fi, go with the Arlo O2. It boasts 4G LTE support, and in the US you can get service from T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T, Cellcom, or US Cellular. You can take it camping, use it with your RV, or install it in another remote spot you want to keep an eye on. Video quality is solid, but limited to 1080p to keep the data requirements under control. There's also two-way audio, a siren, a spotlight for color night vision, and optional local storage with a micro SD card, sold separately. The camera is IP65 rated and completely wireless, with a hefty battery inside. Mine is at 39% after 2 months. If you're worried about charging it, you can buy a solar panel, $60 accessory. The Arlo O2 employs the same excellent app as our top pick, with smart alerts and rich notifications, so you can filter for people, animals, vehicles, and packages. Alerts are swift and accurate in my testing, but your mileage will vary based on local signal strength. You will need an Arlo Secure plan, $8 per month for one camera, $13 per month for unlimited, and a data plan on top, which can get expensive. Video recorded on the micro SD card cannot be accessed remotely. It's more of a backup that you can check later if required. One thing that elevates this camera over many other LTE cameras is that it supports Wi-Fi and automatically connects where it's available, which is ideal for RV owners. Supports Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, and IFT. Number 9. Yui Floodlight Cam E340. While spotlights on outdoor security cameras are common now, they rarely provide enough illumination to light up a driveway or backyard. For that, you need a floodlight camera. I'm currently testing a few floodlight security cameras, but the Yui E340 has emerged as an early favorite. Like the S340 above, the E340 is a dual-lens camera, comprising a 3K wide-angle lens and a 2K telephoto lens that offers up to 8x zoom to capture details up to 50 feet away. It also has 2 adjustable light panels capable of putting out up to 2000 lumens. There are some brighter options you might want to consider for larger areas, but I think this will be enough for most folks. It can pan 360 degrees and tilt 120 degrees, and you can wall or ceiling mount, making it ideal for under your eaves. To record locally, you can insert a micro SD card up to 128 gigabytes or connect to a Homebase 3, sold separately. Cloud storage is optional, starting from $3 per month for a single camera for 30-day event history. Another big pro for this camera is the support for continuous recording. Yui's alerts are swift and fairly accurate. It sometimes flags my big cat as a human, with onboard AI capable of detecting humans, pets, and vehicles. The live feed is usually quick, but sometimes takes a few seconds to load. You get all the usual extras, including activity and privacy zones, black and white night vision, and two-way audio. There is also a 95 decibel siren. I like that I can pick preset positions for the camera to patrol, and schedule and tweak the intensity of the light. The AI tracking is quite good at following subjects, and the camera returns to your preferred position when the subjects leave the frame. The main weakness is the frame rate, 15 frames per second, which means fast-moving subjects can appear blurry. You may also need an electrician to install it. Supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Number 10. Yui Security Solar Wall Light Cam S340. Provided you pick the right spot, this security camera and motion-activated light from Yui is an excellent set-and-forget device. It records 2K video on 8 GB of built-in storage, but it also has a 300-lumen, motion-activated light, and there's a solar panel on top to keep it charged up. It needs 2 hours of sunlight a day to stay charged. The camera is not Yui's best, as it's limited to a 120-degree field of view, it doesn't have HDR, and the frame rate is only 15 frames per second. The footage is reasonably crisp when you set the resolution to 2K, and alerts come through reliably and swiftly. You can also set privacy and activity zones in the app, set detection to human only, and tweak how the light works. The S340 has an alarm built in, offers reasonable two-way audio, though only one way at a time, and has night vision. The S340 is a little slower to load than the other Yui cameras we recommend here, and it sometimes misses the beginning, starting the video with subjects already halfway across the frame. But as a one-off purchase, with no need for a subscription, it will suit some folks. If you have a good spot, for example, a side path that gets some sun, the S340 is a nifty way to add a security camera and light that you don't have to worry about plugging in. Supports Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant.